Cool. All right, cool. We're rolling. So, Mitchell, can you give me an introduction on who you are and what you do, please?
Yes, my name is Mitchell. I run a marketing agency called Leader Marketing, and we help utilize quiz funnels into businesses' client acquisition systems.
Lovely stuff. Very quick. That's all we need. Lovely. And so, before you were working with us, what were you doing? Like, what state were you in with your business, but also your YouTube channel? Sort of like revenue, YouTube subs. Like, just paint the picture.
Yeah, so we were doing a load of different marketing. We've tried everything. We actually started off as a cold email agency. That's how we started it back in 2022. We were trying to get business for our first ever business. We were trying to get clients through the line. And we discovered like cold email through Loom. We actually did Charlie Morgan's course, and that was kind of how we got introduced into like marketing and kind of client acquisition.
Mhm.
Over the past like 2 years, Google have kind of like really cracked down on cold email, especially like the spam filters. We often found that it just wasn't as effective. So we kind of started looking for like outbound solutions, as in like putting things out there. So we got really involved in like Meta ads and Google ads, had really good success. But we still had that like problem of clients saw VSLs and they saw these things all the time. So we started implementing like the quiz funnels, and we then realized it was quite a niche topic. And as we, started to see success with the meta, and we started to see success of actually putting content out there in terms of paid advertisement, we were like, wow, we must be able to do this for free. I've been a YouTube follower in the dark probably for the last 15 years of watching videos, especially like business videos, sport, things like that. And I've always wanted to start creating content because once I get going, I really enjoy like educating and teaching. But I didn't really know where to start. I didn't have the confidence to do it myself. We had a go, but was kind of worried about the success. And one of the things that I really believe in is that if you've got something that an expert can bridge the gap on, then you're always better off paying and learning quickly because they've failed 1,000 times. So I think I saw one of your advertisements for YouTube, and I was like, look, I'll sit the sales call with no real intention actually of buying, as I think I said on the sales calls. I just wanted to learn like, what can you do that I can't do myself? Like, what can't I learn for cheap? And
Mhm.
I think it was a classic case of I didn't know what I didn't know.
Mhm.
So after a brief conversation and a strategy call, I was kind of hooked. I thought I'd give it a few months, as we'll get onto in a second.
Mhm.
And yeah, we went from making zero from YouTube revenue. I had zero subscribers. I had zero views. I think we're 3 videos in so far, and I'm up to 13,000 views. I have nearly 400 subscribers. We've signed 3K of retainer monthly so far, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come. So yeah,
Yeah.
really, really impressed and pleased with the results that we've had so far.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, super early. I just wanted to capture the moment because it was, literally just 3 videos in, so I thought it was a good one to celebrate. But yeah, so like that paints a good picture. So obviously, you were looking to kind of like generate more leads, get more clients. You wanted to do YouTube, and you've always like really wanted to do YouTube, but like you just didn't really know what to do exactly how, like you just wanted to pay an expert to do it if it made sense. So we had that chat. Now, I know that I remember like the chat and like you said, like you had no intention of buying, and so it was really just a conversation. So like around that time in that consideration stage, what hesitations or doubts did you have like when considering working with me?
I think like the first thing was I didn't know like the complexity of like it sounds quite simple. You come up with an idea, you sit down in front of a camera, you talk about it.
Mhm.
But what I think like I just didn't believe there was enough value out there to pay someone else to do that for you. Like I
Mhm.
thought I could do it myself. It was
Yeah.
only when we sat down and you said, right, what's like the strategy you're going to have? Like what's the script writing? What's the editing?
Mhm.
And I know it's like the classic. If I hadn't been working with you, I wouldn't have known like the amount of depth of detail that your team goes into. So
Yeah.
at the time, I was actually just uneducated to how much like work it actually takes to be successful. And I
Yeah.
know what would have happened. I'd have done the first video, I'd have got no views. I'd have done the second video, I'd have got no views. And by the third one, I would have given up. And then I'd have been back to probably, going around in the loop and probably been on another sales call with you within like a year or two. So yeah, my objections that I probably would have had, and the ones that I did have, was obviously like ROI. Like I didn't have the belief that YouTube could work for my business because I didn't believe that people were interested in what I sold.
Mm.
which I've now kind of had that proven wrong by the limited views that we've had so far. But
Yeah.
having customers actually come to you and buy, and I think where people don't understand YouTube's value is actually the trust. It's like, because in today's age of like AI and faceless businesses and entrepreneurs doing one deal and jetting off to Bali, is like if you don't have that face, people don't trust you.
Mm.
And sitting the sales calls I've had through YouTube so far, and I'm sure some of your other clients would like agree, is like the rapport is already built. Like the rapport is built, so it's like they trust you before going in because they've seen your face.
Yeah.
And it's just a crazy concept that I can explain, but until you have it done for you, you don't actually understand. Like you're on a pedestal from the first minute in the call, which on
Yeah.
other sales calls is you have to go and build that. It takes 5, 10. You do loads of sales calls. It takes so long to get onto that pedestal. Where
Yeah.
if they come to you and they book with you, it's like, I'm not sure if I can help you, but
Mm.
because you've watched my videos, you understand what I do and you trust what I do and you want to work with me, which
Yeah.
is like a great for a sales. If you're into sales, it's like a great place to be.
Yeah, like we were just talking before we actually pressed record, and like you were saying that you got on the call and you was just like already so he's like, yep, and you were like, what? Like you were just surprised at how easy of a close that it was that this random guy came through YouTube. You said you didn't even have a link in the description at this point because you were just focusing on let's get traffic and start growing the channel, then we'll figure out the monetization piece. Um, and yeah, he just somehow found you and found the link, spooked a call, and
I was really conscious that I didn't want to put down the success of the YouTube to sales. I didn't want to have the ROI at the
yeah.
start.
Mhm.
My mindset was get through the first like 12, 10 to 15 videos
Yeah.
and then start trying to monetize. Because if not, like all your success is based off monetization, you're going to be
Yeah.
disappointed. Whereas I actually wanted to produce the best videos possible.
Hmm.
But somehow someone
Even
clicked on the
still.
video, went to the website, booked a call. And
Yeah.
I remember sitting in the call and I asked 3 times where they came from because I was in disbelief that they'd managed to go through all the steps and find. And I
Yeah.
was like, in the sales call, I was texting like one of the other co-founders, like, you're not going to believe where this meeting came from. Because when it was booked in, like it was from a link that we don't really use because it's on the website.
Yeah.
And we was like, we have no idea where this person booked a call. Let's sit down, find out. And yeah, it was a funny experience.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, that's what YouTube does. So yeah, to like quickly recap specific results, obviously we posted like 3 videos, so like less than a month's worth of videos. What were the results again? So like revenue so far, like sales so far, and then the subscribers, etc., etc.
Yeah, so we're up to 12K views or 13,000 views.
Hmm.
We're up to 400 subscribers, which is obviously brilliant.
Yeah.
We put like a wait list in for people to come and like get intro to one of our products. We've
Hmm.
had 40 people join the wait list,
Hmm.
which is awesome. And a number that we didn't like, that would have taken a few thousand in ad spend,
Yeah.
especially from like raw education to kind of get them through.
Yeah.
We're up to, I think it's like 3,000 in monthly revenue just from YouTube alone, which like
Hmm.
doesn't sound like loads in the
Hmm.
grand scheme of things, but it's like that's a milestone where you just build on that, right?
We've
If that's
just
off three,
started, like it's only
it,
3 videos, from zero. So
exactly. And if we can kind of just build that pipeline and like I haven't tried to sell to the subscribers yet, which is I think really important. So I haven't actually tried to monetize it. So to be on that level already is like it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing for me. When we start to really sell, I think that could be it could become our most important client acquisition channel, which is obviously crazy because it is quote unquote free in
mm,
terms of the actual content we put out. You don't have to pay for the promotion. So if a video hits 1 million views, you can imagine how good it is.
yeah.
And yeah, we're up to 400 subscribers. As of probably now, we're probably just hit 400. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping over the next few months we can kind of really start to scale this. And yeah, my beliefs on YouTube have been changed. I can't thank you and your team enough for kind of sticking with it because it is hard to get started. It's hard
Yeah.
to get the snowball rolling when you pay for something, you're then committed, right? And I don't believe that the amount of times I got the camera out to start the videos, like
Mhm.
I think all of the 3 videos I've done so far, probably spent 45 minutes to an hour at the start. I
Yeah.
then stopped the recording and went away and was like, no, I'm done with that today. If I hadn't had your service with like the help from your team, I don't think I'd have clicked record again.
Yeah.
And I can't, again, people don't know what they don't know. The level of script writing and detail that like the front end of the videos with the script writing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then the editing is like, I didn't know it was possible. And
Yeah.
I'm not that clued up on the editing, so I can't like sit here and say, oh wow, it's really good, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it. But like the script writing, I do script writing for ads, I do script writing for content. The level of detail that your team goes into, like the amount of references and previous videos and stuff, is really, really good. And again, like that's what I believe like people need to use services like yours for is the expertise to actually have that, because coming up with the ideas is really, really hard.
Yeah.
You think it's easy. You're like, oh, I'll make some YouTube videos. It's really tough.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. And like we'll talk briefly on that. But like, yeah, I think with the on the results side as well, like I think, like you said, it's really important to note that like 3K a month, like that in its own is not remarkable, right? But like the part that's remarkable about it is it's like we posted 3 videos, less than a month's worth of videos. We didn't even know which offer we were going to even sell in the first place, so we didn't have like any links in the description or anything. And already that deal's being closed, right? Obviously, the plan is to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars per month from YouTube, like some of our other clients have that have been doing it for like, over a year, right? And YouTube compounds as well. So it's like it's only exponential from here. But that's the power of YouTube. Like it makes people want to buy from you that much. So yeah, what on that note then about like the service, like where do you actually feel you found the most value? Because like, and also the thing that you feel probably separates us from these other like service providers, like YouTube agencies, freelancers, and these sort of things. Like, where do you feel like where, our actual real value is that allows us to drive that
It's
result?
all the value is all in the front end. It's all in
Yeah.
the stuff to actually get you fully prepared. Like for me to make a YouTube video, I need to go there with a camera and I read a script. And
Mhm.
then I put the camera away and it's done. All I have to do is bring my energy. Everything else is taken care of. So I don't have to worry about making sure that I'm going through videos which are, doing well in the industry. I don't have to worry about the scripts. I don't have to worry about the references. I don't have to worry about the edits. Absolutely nothing. Everything that I have is kind of all taken for me.
Yeah. Yeah, like because I think for you, like when I was going through and like creating the strategy, like that was the part which like because we had to like really figure out like where's your unique edge in the market and like what is the niche, right? Defining the niche and where we really lean into it, at least at the start. And I think like we were able to latch on to like certain things, like for example the Dan Priestley video, like we identified that as something that was like an unfair edge that you had, and that video got what, like 12,000 views or something? Yeah, 12,000 views, and it's
Over
getting
over 12
400 views.
over 12,000 views.
Yeah, and it's still getting
So
400 views a day as well. It's just climbing, got over 300. So like all it takes is like one video to really hit, and like, you know, all of a sudden your channel's, blowing up and you've got that momentum, and then all the other videos after it succeed. So like that for me was, I was really happy with like how we came out of that, because yeah, like I think we really nailed it. So yeah, it's lovely stuff. I think that's all good, to be honest. Like I guess to quickly wrap up, like how likely would you be to recommend us, like scale of 1 to 10?
10 out of 10 is the best service I currently use.
Appreciate it. Lovely
I am
stuff.
gonna have to shoot now, Jake, because I've got a
Yep,
call and I'm getting
all
shouted
good.
at. So
No
I'll
worries, we're
speak to you
done.
later.
All right,
Bye,
appreciate
mate.
it, Mitchell. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye.
bye, bye. There you go. YouTube works.